This is the week you get to see me semi-naked.
So guys, as you can see, Goggles just finished the swim. Now I'm going to sit down a minute. I'm not going to be long on here because obviously it's a public thing, but today's swim was a disaster. I have no breath, can't breathe. I've had a long weekend away, eating the wrong foods, drinking, just generally enjoying myself, and also very tired. So I've decided I could keep going and beat myself up about it, or I could just call it a day, call it a bad day. We all have those bad training days. Learn from this lesson. Keep it on top of your food, keep it on top of your sleep. What alcohol you put in your body really does help, and a positive and negative effect in exercise. So that's it for me. Day one swim. I did about 300 metres, 300 yards, whatever it was. I did a few 50s, didn't get any more than 50s in. But it's a lesson learned, and it is part of training. I'll put my finger on the camera. Right, out. Yo, try it training vlog week 2, I think this is. I've kind of gone all over the place with it. So I've been ill. Just to start the second, third week of my training, or my vlog training. Monday was swim day, and I did about 15 minutes, about 300 yards. I was so bunged up I couldn't breathe, and of course that's bad enough when you're walking, let alone when you're in a swimming pool, you're facing the water. So rather than turn it into a really, really bad session, I just called it a day with 300 odd yards. Put it down to experience. Excuse me. Yesterday was the ride day on my training plan, yet the heavens absolutely opened. And it's firstly, when you've got a cold, the last thing you want to do is go out and get soaking wet. And secondly, on a road bike, the tyres are that thin, there's not much contact with the pavement. So if it's wet, it's dangerous. And the last thing I want is to fall off the bloody bike while I'm training, cause damage to the bike or damage to myself. This morning, I have done a run day. So today was intense time trial running. So I did 5 minutes warm up, 5 minutes of dynamic stretching. Then I did 5 50-metre strides, which is building up from a normal pace to as fast as I can over 50 metres. Then I did a 3k run as fast as I could, followed by a 5 minute cool down. And the reason for this is literally to build up in pace, change your pace while you run, because obviously when you run a triathlon you start slow because your legs have got to get used to the change of muscles that you're using, and then you finish quickly, obviously, to get over the finish line.
So today was the opportunity to get outside, do an outdoor swim, and give the wetsuit a try. I put this on in the bedroom before just to see if it fitted, but I'd never tried it properly and got in the water. So this was the big test. As you can see, Sharon is here with me, giving me all the advice that she can and assistance that she can, even though a couple of times I got a little bit tense, shall we say.
I could want a little paper bags.
Was on, what day was it? Monday? Actually, that wasn't Monday, no, Tuesday. Hang on, let's pull this bit out.
Oh no, no, can I move in it?
Swimming. You must be mad. Coming up to the 500-metre mark. Find out how he got on with the wetsuit. How's that?
I'll freeze here just to explain. The wetsuit was tight around my throat, so whilst I was swimming, it was choking me, and I felt like all I wanted to do was yawn the whole time. The wetsuit is supposed to be tight, but not so much that it stops you breathing.
Training vlog week 2 or 3. Swim. So as you can see behind me, it's the outdoor swim. I've just used my wetsuit for the first time to give it a trial. Putting it on with small tights. And when I was swimming, it was sort of choking around my neck. The buoyancy was amazing. It was a bit of a disastrous swim all round. Although these disasters aren't actually a disaster, because it now made me realise I need probably a bigger wetsuit. You know when you feel like you always want to yawn and you can't yawn? It felt like that the whole time I was swimming. But when I stopped swimming, the buoyancy just held me up and I didn't sink. So there is a bonus to it, and getting it off was funny. I don't know how much of it was caught on camera, but I was getting frustrated. So these things are here. This is why we train. This is why we do these things. It's for learning and ironing out any niggles and issues and problems you have before race day. So I've learned a lot out of this little session, even though my watch didn't work, the wetsuit was too tight. It's a little bit choky, and I've got 500 metres in. I still did the 500 metres, but it's part of training. On to the next session. Right, good morning vlog. So today's triathlon training is 30 minutes intense running. Didn't do 30 minutes, did parkrun instead. I always change my training plan so that it incorporates parkrun as my intense run. So although I didn't do a 30-minute distance, I did a 26-minute run, so the intensity was higher. I finished. I'm now having a cool down walk and a piece of cake, really rich chocolate cake. It's taking my breath away as well. But anyway, it's okay to change a plan. If you've made yourself a plan, you can mix it up. If you've downloaded one online or taken an app, you can change it to suit your lifestyle. Not everyone can do the same training at the same time. That's why all these plans are generic and free. It's because they're not built to you. Fortunately for me, I know how to write a plan. I know how to change a plan. So I mix mine up however and whenever I need. Anyway, 26-minute run in the bag. Happy with that. Still suffering with a cold, but I'll go over it. Right, that's it for this week. Tomorrow is a long day at work, so I have a rest day. Monday, back in the pool.